They're definitely not going to have the Gear Hulk. So they'll get to keep the Jorah, but they'll lose everything else. I mean, who knows? Probably keep the Archive. But yeah, this really does hinder them because it also kills the treasure. And then this is exactly why I love the Cataclysmic Gear Hulk, because it just it unblocks the drain. It's like if you've got loads of shit stuck in your toilet, the Cataclysmic Gear Hulk just gets the hammer out and just crushes. Hello, welcome to a new video today. I'm doing a test, just a camera test essentially. It's just to see if people prefer to see me or not. Firstly, I'm really tired, so that's why I look tired. It's called being a dad, I guess, and also not sleeping and all sorts of stuff. But today I thought I'd revisit Urza, which is a very quick revisit because I don't normally go back to decks this quick, but as I said, it's just a test video anyway, so I really enjoyed using this recently, and I've changed it a bit and it feels a bit more competitive, because essentially I've embraced counter spells and it really sucks. I never wanted it to be like this, but the format is full of very powerful decks, so I need to be able to keep up to deal with it. And everyone likes powerful decks, don't they? Everyone likes powerful decks. So the update on Urza here, it's not too many cards different. I just took out a lot of the stuff that slowed the deck down. Weirdly enough, I actually took out that 2-mana tutor that searches for a card with activated ability because it was just too slow. I'd rather just naturally draw into the Might Stone and Weak Stone, which you don't even need to win the game. You can just win the game out just by valuing. He comes out and gives you a discount. Stuff gets cheaper. You're going to out tempo your opponents. You're going to have stuff like counterspell, memory lapse. I mean, the thing is, it's not even that many counterspells. It's just a couple of counterspells, to be perfectly honest. But it makes a big difference because if you can counter a Rusco, you'll be able to last a bit longer. Yeah, but as I said, this is just a test video to see how well it's received, and I might put more effort into another one. But I hope you enjoy this video. I guess my face will be in the corner if you want to see my face. Faces, people like faces, whether you like it or not. I guess it's statistically, did some research. People like faces. Even, I don't know, maybe not mine, maybe not my tired face, but today I am tired. But I want to do this anyway because I really like the deck. So if you appreciate what I'm doing here on this channel and you've been here a while, would be really cool if you could like and sub to the channel. Really makes a huge difference and helps me grow. It is very hard. I'm not going to stress how hard it is to be a YouTuber at my size. Nobody really cares about me in terms of other huge creators, so it's hard to like collaborate with them. So it's all down to you, individual viewers, and as a group you're all fantastic, and it's all down to you really to help the channel, so no pressure. And if you also want to donate to the channel, you can always look at my Ko-fi link in the description below, or the Amazon donate link where you can help me buy toys because I'm a man-child. Let's get into the games. Okay, so first opponent is a Jersil Dark Age Sign. So we've made this recently. Starting hand is absolutely terrible. This is quite a lot better. So the deck is it's significantly more controlling because we basically want to stop all the Rusco players if we ever face them. It's quite common. Jersil's a pretty good deck. It's different. Don't normally see this, which is kind of cool. So forgive me if I make mistakes and stuff. I'm not used to being on cam and playing at the same time. I haven't done it for a long time because I don't really like, it puts a lot of pressure on the CPU as well. Having lots of different processors running. So we could go for the Urza. Yeah, I think we'll go for the Urza here. I mean, being in red means they probably have access to quite a few damage spells. 4 toughness is a bit high. It's not impossible for them to have a kill spell here. I mean, they've got green as well if they eventually ever draw it. So they're going to attack now and try to bait me into a block. Or not. No? So that means they don't have the removal. That's fine. But we've also got Discover the Formula, so I think I'm just going to pass the turn and leave that up. I obviously had the Chromatic Lantern, which I could have just got out there, but I'd rather just go for 3 cards, which is going to be very powerful. If we can go long with this, then I think we can survive the game. Although they're missing out on lots of green mana, it seems, and they played the Sokanzan, which they could have used to create 2 spirits. So now they could have 2 kill spells for Urza. Two kill spells for Urza. No, they just want to get some green sources and some treasures. That's pretty good. Oh, they've got a big robots build. Okay, I do wonder if this is CGB's build, potentially. So Chromatic Lantern for 1 mana seems kind of busted, right? And then we can leave open a couple mana for the Lazartech plating and also the swords. And now we can also swing in with the Urza because they can't cast anything in our turn because Myrel says so. See, I really enjoyed this. I'm trying to go through all of my decks to find my favourite kind of, I guess, archetypes of the colour pairings. So white-blue, it's definitely up there for me, one of my favourites. It's weird, I like the control-y colours, but I don't necessarily just want to do counter wars. I like the interaction, or they're saying that cards like Morale actually prevent interaction, but only because everyone's obsessed with killing generals these days, so keeping your prime card alive is really important in this format. If your general dies, it's pretty rough. Abundant Harvest, so I know what they're going for here. They're going for a 1-drop to go to the bin. Then they'll get the Jar Seal out, and then they'll have the intensity of 1, which means they'll get to cast the Abundant Harvest. And luckily, because we have the Chromatic Lantern, it means the Hall of Tagzin can tap for any colour as well. It's a lot different being on camera because you feel like it's a lot more. You could say it's a lot more pressure because, for instance, I can't just kind of. It's not as relaxing. If anyone's ever been on a Microsoft Teams call before, with your work or even friends, you'll all know exactly what I mean. But let's see how this gets on. So that's a mountain with 2 counters. Do I just kill it? It does stop them getting extra mana. Yeah, that's fine. And we've still got the blue up for protection. Command Tower is actually decent as well. Let's swing in here. So we could probably go for the Magic Mirror. And then also leave up mana for the plating. Which can protect any of our permanents. Which is a wonderful card, especially for 1 blue. One thing I would say is that because Urza reduces the cost of all your stuff by 1, I actually took out a few 1-drops because they, with 1-drops, you're not actually going to get any discount, if that makes sense. So I have a few more 2-drops than usual because the 2-drops at least you get a discount of 50%, which is huge, right? But with a 1-drop, especially with it's just one white or 1 blue mana, there's no discount. You can't get any cheaper than that. Unless there's a spell that reduces the coloured pips, which do exist, but not in these colours. So having it's weird. So increasing your curve actually makes your curve better because you're getting a discount on stronger spells. And that's why Magic's a great game, because you have all these weird little decision points where you can alter your deck in so many different ways to either increase or decrease your potential to win. And that's the kind of stuff I really like about Magic, is all these permutations rather than just cramming in the best cards. You know, it's sometimes subjective what the best card is, but I like winning with oh my goodness, with things that aren't normal. So okay, so this is going to destroy an island as well as a plains. That's pretty good. And it doesn't even target. That's pretty gross. Yeah, that's really gross. So I suppose we will exile it. Although, what's the wording in this? Enters or leaves. So it's going to destroy 2 more, or 1 more at least, of their own, in fact. But sacrificing it just kills their own land, so... Am I that bothered? I actually think that hurt them more. That killed 3 mountains and only 2 of... Oh no, 2, yeah, it's 2 apiece, wasn't it? Yeah, 2 apiece. Okay, cool. Sorry, that really threw me. Really threw me. So we drew a land, which is exactly what we need. We can even invoke Justice to bring a permanent back. So we could even just get a land back, but I feel as though I'd rather go for the tome here and swing in. Yeah, despite the fact they just killed 2 of our lands, not that worried yet. Okay, before we pass to them, I want to just use the tome in case we get something like a naturalize to kill the monster manual, because they can just put creatures into sorcery speed. We might as well use this here. Search for glory. Let's go land on the top. Land tutor kill, or land kill. We're going to draw them anyway with the magic mirror, aren't we? So it's all good. Glass casket. Can't get rid of the monster manual, but okay. Let's see what they do. Yeah, obviously, you know, behind me is a lot of Lego, so it's a bit confusing if you've never seen the channel before. This is a Magic channel, but I just like Lego. Star Wars Lego, Marvel Lego. So, there you go, that explains the Lego. Got this new microphone as well, you know, microphone with the pop guard and the arm. Like a proper old streamer now, aren't I? Although I don't stream, but the act of streaming is similar to this act. So what they got, not going to be that powerful, I don't think. They got 13 life. They're going to get a... What are they going to get? Land or non-land? Non-land, okay. It's weird, actually. Playing this deck, you'd think this deck would be high tier, wouldn't you? Because just how powerful he is, but... He's not Hell Q, which is good. So we're going to cast into the north. Very thoughtful player. Looks like they got all their lands back that they killed now. Okay, so we're going to draw 3 cards this turn. So this will come in untapped. Sweet. Part 4 greater. We'll get rid of the jar sill with the casket. We're really going to make them work for this. Our hand is really stacked. I mean, we could even cycle the welcome into another thing that gives it flash. I really like this. This is an arena only card. Destroy creature powerful or greater, and then choose a card in your hand. It gets flash. Pretty sick. Very, very powerful. I think the magic mirror is just keeping us in the game. And then let's use the tome again in case we get a sorcery. Giant growth. That's funny. We could try kill them with giant growth. The fact they haven't quit is scary because they probably have a way out of this. But just look how cheap the spells are in our hand. That's crazy. I mean, to be fair, Giant Growth was already 1 mana, so... So actually, the only thing that's getting a discount is the Lazartec plating and the Search for Glory, but... Okay, so what are they going to choose here? Who knows? Dragon fodder, more pardon me, more blockers, but we have so many attackers, I don't think they're going to really be able to do much here, especially when we're drawing like 4 cards next turn. Probably can just go for the Ardenvale here to create another lethal attacker. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and they've got 4 blockers. Yeah. Put a creature card from your hand into the play, so please don't be Crater Hoof Behemoth. Please. Colossus. Weirdly, that's fine. We have the answer. So now they're in a lot of trouble. We give the Search for Glory flash. So this is probably where they concede, because they'll see exactly what we choose here. Oh my goodness, so many options. Just get the Might Stone. It's been a pretty epic battle though. And yeah, we got so many win cons there in our hand. Giant Growth would have been a win con, so sweet. Okay, putting us first with Choira. Ageless Innovator, and it's powerful. But so is our starting hand. We need a way to kill her because she can cheat artifacts into play. But Esper Sentinel should do a good job of drawing a few cards, because if they're a Stormish build, no red source. Weaponsmith, okay. So pass the turn. So now they can cast something that costs 5 mana. That's actually kind of gross. Oof. Hedron Archive. It's very good. And a treasure map in the same turn. Wow. So we could go for Urza. And if they have a way to kill Urza, we probably just leave him in the bin. And then we can get him back later with the Invoke Justice. We can put 4 counters on the Sentinel, which means whenever they cast spells, I'll have to pay 5. Kill the Lotus. Oh no, this is painful. We desperately need answers here. Witness Protection is going to make him just a 1/1 no abilities. Okay. That's annoying. We're going to need something good. Some kind of artifact or enchantment removal is desperately needed right now. Let's go keep the Archive, because then we can ramp it ourselves a little bit as well. Despark? Yeah. Despark seems fine. We'll get rid of the Lantern, I think. So now we have to hope that they don't kill the Archive, because that's our black source. Although, saying that, the Hall of Tagzin can add mana of any colour. Narset comes out to play, stopping us draw additional cards. So we've still got 4 mana up, but only 1 colour.
Meditate and prepare.
We're very lucky that they don't have any red mana yet, but it's not actually stopped them doing much. Oh my goodness, they've got a Might Stone and Weak Stone. Ironic that they could kill our own Urza with our own stone. We can make it cost a bit more. Oh, I really want our stuff to cost a bit less, but it's just not going to be possible, is it? I think we despark the Gilded Lotus, though. We'll try anyway. They could have his counterspell. So we've got 3 blue open. Okay, so now we've just reduced their mana quite a bit. 5. What do we do? I think we go for Celestus and Redain. Should have probably skipped phases there, because we can't actually attack into Narset anyway, so no attacks. And then we'll play this main phase 2. They don't have any mana now. So Redain will make their 4 mana spells cost 2 more, which is a nice little taxation effect. But again, they could just find another answer. I really want to beat this player because they've got out so many things so soon. Lithoform Engine. Okay, another thing we need to get rid of. Obviously, nothing is quite as scary and terrifying as the Paradox Engine. Anything with the word engine in it is generally quite scary. Thomas the Tank Engine. is a strong one. I mean, maybe one day we'll get that crossover, but until then. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So they can cast the Might if they want, but it's going to cost them 2 more mana. It's probably a good move, though. Also, the fact that they haven't outright killed Urza and left him alive is interesting. Joyro. What are they thinking of doing here? Passing the turn, that's what. Okay, let's go to attacks here. Do we care about Urza? I need him to die, so having 2 attackers here is probably good. Because I need to deal with... Okay, they're not even going to block. They don't want Urza to die, so now we can draw extra cards. But, man, this game really loves tapping the key to the archive, doesn't it? It's obsessed. Really is obsessed. See what we can get here. Salt Strobe, so that's double strike. Probably not very helpful. Disdainful Stroke. Okay. They were really itching to use that, weren't they? Really itching. Fine, so now they can put anything into play if it's 2 CMC or less as an artifact. And then it will be 4, then 6. It gets pretty scary. So what are they going to kill? Maybe they'll draw a card. They're going to kill the Redain, which means they want to cast more spells. Now, that tells me that I should probably resurrect him and put the counters on the Sentinel. That's interesting. Let's see what we can do. It's still a legend, though, so the Mox Amber still actually works. So let's return the Redain, because they obviously don't like it. Because they killed it, and you have to think about that. Do they have a counter for this? Interesting, okay. Let's put them all on there, I think. And then let's see what the tome can give us. Come on, some kind of... something useful. Lightning Bolt, that is pretty useful. Let's attack with both again. In response, let's kill the Joyro. Do they have a counter for this? So they're going to put something into play. Target creature gets... Wow, they can do it again for 4, so they can put in the Lithoform engine now? That's kind of gross. Oh no, this is scary now. Are we just going to lose to this? Okay, Lithoform engine. Down to 16. Okay, pass turn. It's 4 to do that, so we can't use the... We can't use the Ventus Fair, and we can't use the Hall of Tags in either. We've got some really powerful taxation, though, because the Redain makes stuff expensive. Oh, they're saying that. Drawer can just cheat stuff into play, which is just mean, and they can untap it, do it again. Doing it twice in one turn is pretty gross, I have to say. So not only do they get around the Redain tax, they also get around the Esper Sentinel. We just get to straight up draw cards, though. And that's why getting rid of Narset was so strong. So the fact they've taken this turn off to go for Memory Deluge suggests to me that they're desperate for lands, maybe? They want some red sources, because the only red source they have is this treasure. Kind of interesting, because this can only tap for artifact spells. And we're taxing them to hell, although Jorah can just put stuff into play. Any artifact. There's at least one artifact land, which is dual colour, from Modern Horizons. I think. Modern Horizons? Another land is not great, to be honest. Come on, let's get a useful card here. Fog. I mean, that's not good. Let's go for the chip. We need to start getting some value here. Fog is probably not very good in this matchup. It's normally good against... Ooh, okay. Cataclysmic Gear Hulk. That would get rid of all of their stuff and would probably just... I think it's a bit too soon for that, though. Depends what they flat. Let's see what they cheat in. What we got? 6. Please don't be... Okay, so it's Torrential Gear Hulk. So they're going to untap the Joyra. Okay. But if they want to cast that, they're going to have to pay... So we're going to get to draw the Gear Hulk. Oh no, they're not going to choose to cast it. Huh. So seeing as they're going to kill that anyway, we'll just go for the Gear Hulk then. Hopefully this resolves. So we'll keep the Redain as the creature. Because don't really care if the Urza dies because he's a 1/1 anyway. I think this is a fantastic hit here. So choose a creature. And the artifact, probably Reality Chip. So we keep 2 decent things. We're going to lose all the rocks. But so are they. They're definitely not going to have the Gear Hulk. So they'll get to keep the Joyra, but they'll lose everything else. I mean, who knows? Probably keep the Archive. But yeah, this really does hinder them because it also kills the treasure. And this is exactly why I love the Cataclysmic Gear Hulk, because it just it unblocks the drain. It's like if you've got loads of shit stuck in your toilet, the Cataclysmic Gear Hulk just gets the hammer out and just crushes. Okay. So now they don't have any red. Again, Joyra does have 6 counters, so she can literally put anything into play, which is kind of annoying. But only artifacts. We might even get to a place where we can just straight up kill them with an Assault Strobe. Kind of funny. Fragment Reality. That's cool. Let's reconfigure to Retain here, because then we can maybe use the Fragment Reality. As to kill something or bounce something in response. We're just going to straight up bounce it. Okay, that's a shame. So they've got 4 mana up. Okay, we'll try and go for the Redain again. Well, at least we know next turn we get the Fragment Reality, and that'll be really good against Joyra, or, you know, it'll be good against any artifact or creature they play. Straight up counterspell. They don't like Redain at all, do they? Okay, sure. So, yeah, it's not looking fantastic, to be honest, but, I mean, they don't have the mana. And they're going to put something else into play, which is just gross. Oh, no, they just ticked it up. Okay, fine. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So they can go for the Memory Deluge. Let's see if we can go for the Ugin here. I really want to kill this Joyra. Right, let's try and kill the Joyra then. We have the answer for the flying. So they're going to do that in response. I don't think there was a reason to necessarily do that in response. I have to say, getting some good games today using Urza. So they refill their hand in order to put something into play. Okay, and what's it going to be? Sundering Titan. Is this the second game in a row now where people use Sundering Titan? Okay. So they're going to be able to kill 2 of our lands, but also 2 of theirs. They're not going to have any red again.
My plans do not
Okay.
include you.
So I think instead of using the fragment reality, which is actually devastation, we need to be careful because, man, 7-10. So if we exile this, they'll lose another island. So fog is going to be definitely important here. It doesn't have trample. Yeah, because if we fragment reality this, they're going to get a creature, and we definitely don't want a creature to replace something like that. Be a bit scary. Elspeth's Command is an interesting card. I put it in just as a test because you can make a soldier every single turn. It doesn't synergize with the deck, but Time Warp. Right, okay, so it had to be an extra turn spell. That's crazy. Everyone's just running extra turn spells. Tome of the Infinite, okay. Let's just... I think this Sunray Titan has to go. It's just too strong. So we're going to lose lands again. As if they get a Goldspan Dragon. So they've got 1 plains on our side and 1 island on theirs. Yeah, I'm not sure we can actually come back from this anymore. The Goldspan Dragon really screws us over. And the fact they've just killed 3 of our lands. It's gross. Wow, brilliant restoration. Oh my god, if we can get that going. So we need 7 mana. Land on top.
Secrets manifest before
So
you.
we'll try and reconfigure this. Next turn they're gonna have 7 flying. Please don't bounce it. Okay, so we can play the land. Yes, this is good because we need to get. We really desperately need to get to the restoration, which is annoyingly underneath here, but. Damn, why did it have to be Goldspan Dragon? Yeah, Sunray Titan is kind of a crazy card because it's banning Commander, but whoever designs Historic Brawl obviously doesn't really care.
I shall
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Do we have...
squabbling.
We don't even have to wait to kill this. We need 4 white as well. Tome of the Infinite. Yeah, we're really going to struggle here. 1, 2. We only have 3 white sources. I mean, Reality Chip is good though. I mean, maybe there'll be another spell on top. But I don't think... Yeah, I felt like I had this game in control, but not anymore. So they straight up just Rivers Rebuked us. Okay. Let's go for the Urza. They've got 1 blue, so it could be... No, okay. Okay. So they're gonna just come. They're just gonna come back with this Goldspan, aren't they? Which isn't even an artifact. Oh man, as if they had the River's Rebuke. This is after the same game where we used the Gearhulk as well. Paradox Engine. Yeah, this is where the game just ends then. Unless they can find dead cards, but it's unlikely with so many things in their hand. And the fact they have a mountain now is just so sad because for ages they just didn't have any red sources. I mean, it doesn't really matter. I mean, they don't really have much else anyway, but so we are giant growth in their turn. Surely they should have saved that for our Shouldn't they have saved it for an attack the next turn? Ponder. Oh my god. No, this is where things just get stupid because they can basically loop Tome of the Infinite. I mean, they only have 2 colours, but they've got 3 treasures that they can just straight up use. Oh, this is painful. It's funny because the beginning of this video, I was thinking this was just going to be a different kind of game, but no, it turns out they're not allowed. Not allowed. Come on, do we just get an extra? If we get another turn, another ponder. Unbelievable. Where's that blue source even from? I don't even remember where they got that blue source from. 2 ponders. I don't like when Historic Brawl gives you cards like in multiples, like in droves, because it just breaks the spirit of the game. Like when you're just using the same card over and over again. Not for me. Not for me. That's why Rusko breaks that rule as well. Rusko makes multiple clocks. And I don't want to see multiple clocks. I don't even want to see 1 clock. Oh no, Lodestone Golem. That does screw himself over though. Okay, so there's a land on top. So we basically have to last another turn. Essentially. Signet costs 1, so we get our money back for that. Because, firstly, it's an artifact. Maybe we go for Search for Glory here. What's the cheapest thing we can go for? We'll have 2 mana open. So maybe something like Liberator to block if we get desperate. We'll see what they do. Are they just going to draw 2? They were thinking about sacking the archive there, weren't they? But they only had 1 mana open anyway, so... Let's see what they do. 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's 13. Let's just try and flash this in. Again, remember, this is just an arbitrary block. It doesn't really matter. I just didn't want to take all this damage. If we get to survive another turn, if they completely tap out, then we should be okay, but we'll see. Is this where they're just going to go giant growth, giant growth, giant growth, and then we're going to die in a spectacular giant growth way? But remember, the Lodestone Golem makes her stuff cost more mana, so... Lightning Bolt to us. Now, don't forget, this is before blocks. So I haven't chosen to block. So if it does get lethal, I can just... No, I don't want to block. That's only 13, so we're down to 3. Although if they get Lightning Bolt, then we're just dead, right? So if they have a Lightning Bolt, we're dead. Should I have blocked? Probably is a Lightning Bolt, isn't it? Is it a Lightning Bolt? What do you reckon? No? Okay, so they just keep mana open. So we have the Brilliant Restoration, but they also probably have lots of counter spells. Well, we're not going to survive another turn, so let's see what we go. Let's see if we can resolve this. Probably not, but oh well. Yeah. Do they have a counter? They probably do. They've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. Wash away, of course. Yep, so we're definitely going to lose this game. Oh well. It's a shame. I mean, it's a very toxic deck. It's got the Paradox Engine. Anything with Paradox Engine is going to be pretty egregious. General egregious. I mean, they've won the game. They could just literally let this resolve. They've got the lethal with the Brazen Borrower. Or they could just Lightning Bolt me now. When does it become unsporting? You know, just wondering. Force Spike anyway? So they've already won the game. Let's see how long it takes them to realise that they can just attack over the top without, you know, doing this. By the way, if you heard a noise there, you shouldn't have, but there was a noise. It was the boiler. Duress. Okay, I'm just going to concede because you know they've got the win. 3 flying over the top, got nothing, but now they're just toying with us. So Mentos, you're a bit of a dick. Cool. So if you enjoyed Facecam video, tell me what you think below. Do you want to see more videos like this? As I said before, it's just a shorter video, only 2 games, but they're pretty long games to be honest. Yeah, tell me what you think below, and thanks for watching. Did you know that you can help my channel by watching another one of my videos? Go ahead, you know you want to.